Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 19th. This week, make sure to check out astrojar.com. But let's see what is going on for you this week. And yes. Yeah, so you start off as yourself, which is always good, as I say. It puts you in a position of power and strength, so that's nice. I think a lot of you could be very future-focused. It seems to be a very future-focused week for a lot of people just thinking about the future. I also think that you could be thinking a lot this week, just having to use your brain a lot and having to think about a lot of things this week as well. And I'm also getting the message very quickly that that some of you might be thinking about like gifting somebody something like money or something like that. Could be your kids, could be whatever, thinking about gifting them something very important. I don't know that it's necessarily money. It feels like something important. It could be money, and I am getting that it will come back to you and really nicely, so like there's like a lot of karma there or something. I think that if you are either giving somebody, it feels like your kids, you have a couple cards that represent kids, but it could also just be some other sort of family member, that if you give them something nice this week, again, it could be there's something very important about it. So definitely feel free to do that. Next, you have the Seven of Diamonds. Again, I feel like some of you, again, are worrying about actually other people's money for whatever reason. I think, like, again, especially for those of you that have kids, I think you could be worrying about their type of money situation or something along those lines. Or I'm also getting that some of you could be doubting something financially as well. Definitely let those doubts go. Again, sevens represent internal fears that don't exist, so I don't think you have to worry as much as you are there. Next, you have the Eight of Clubs, a good card of thinking. Again, I think very mentally active week for you this week. I'm not getting the typical messages off the cards, which I never do anyway, but that's not normally what this card represents, but I just think it's representing a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, a lot of mental activity going on for you this week. So definitely a thoughtful week, and I think it will be beneficial for you to do that. I think also you have a lot of choices to make. You have 2 3s in this card. You're all probably sick of hearing me say this, but the trick with these cards is to pick what is new. So if you are presented with choices this week, make sure to pick the new choice. Pick the thing you've never done before, and that will be helpful for you. Also, as usual, you have a Earth sign showing up here. A lot of Leos are married to Earth signs. I mean, my dad's a Leo. He's married to a Taurus. My mom, obviously, and so that could be part of it. A lot of you could just be with an Earth sign person. Could be male or female. Don't get caught up on the queen thing. But they could be very important for you this week. Very supportive. I'm also getting that this is just representing you thinking about money and actually having a much better thought process around money, and you are developing a much better thought process around money. It's interesting because to me the King of Diamonds actually can represent Leo, even though the King of Diamonds would normally be an Earth sign. The Leo always pops into my head with the King of Diamonds, and I think it's because Leo has struggled with money for a very long time, or not all Leos, but a lot of Leos, and have had that King of Diamonds thing, which is a little bit more reactive with money. I think you're learning to be a little bit more intuitive with money and a little bit smarter, so I actually think it will be better for you. Next, you have the card of emotional happiness, 3 of Hearts. A lot of people have had this card this week. Again, I think there's just there could be just a lot of happiness and a lot of happy things going on this week. So I like to see that. And it's just a card of happiness and things. And finally, you have the 3 of Spades. A lot of you, number one, I always picture this card as a spine. So be careful of your back and things like that this week. I always say from like the top of your head down to your butt, right to your tailbone. Definitely be careful of that whole area. This is a card of needing rest. I mean, if you're tired, just rest. Don't, I'm getting this week that a lot of you might want to be very active and things like that, but you might have moments where you're tired, and it's okay to just rest. Just take a break. Don't get too, think that you need to get stuff done that you really don't and stuff like that. Take the rest that you need. I think it will be important for you this week. I think next week is very much going to be a big time like action week for you as well, so maybe that's why you need this rest, so take it. But it actually looks like not a bad week. It looks like a good week. Mostly mental though. I think again a lot of thinking, so that could be good for you. But thank you for watching and enjoy your week.